If you are listening to this on the day that it releases, I first have to say Merry Christmas. I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas this year. And if you're listening to this later, that is still okay. You have time to get through these before the year ends, or hopefully you'll have time to get through these before the year ends, because whether or not you are listening to this on Christmas Day, I hope that you find a quiet time to sit down and actually write out your answers to each of these questions we're going to go through today. You can learn so much about yourself by simply reflecting on the year at the end of the year before all the craziness of the new year happens. And it's also an exercise that is very comforting as well. So, today we're actually going to go through 12 reflective questions to journal about before the year ends.
Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renae Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast.
And like I said, if you are not listening to this on Christmas Day, that's totally fine. I'm actually recording ahead of time. All of our episodes are recorded in advance. I'm not recording them the day of. And that actually helps me continue podcasting. And that is one of the things that I'm so grateful for, that I have found a way to be able to podcast and keep these coming consistently twice a week. If you're new here, I release episodes on Mondays and Thursdays in the morning on each of those days. And I have been sticking to it for over 2 years. It's been about almost 2.5 years now. And that is absolutely insane to me that we've been able to stay so consistent. But reflecting back on what works and what doesn't is actually one of the ways that I can do that. And I can keep the consistency and I can keep the simplicity to my business, because it's really easy to just hear all of the noise around you. And that's the same for life as well. So being able to sit down and reflect on what is happening and what has happened and how you have felt about different things is an incredible way to make sure that you continue living the life that you are wanting to live and that you are desiring to live. So, looking back, we can really reflect on what has happened, but also we can learn more about ourselves and how far we've come. We often look at how far away we are from goals ahead of us, and sometimes we just need to stop and we need to look back at how far we've come and the progress that we've made. So, how we see our progress and how far that we've come will actually help filter the habits and the routines that we want to use to shape the futures that we're trying to create. So when you start looking back at how your year was and the things that went well and how you've grown and what worked well, what didn't work well, is going to make a difference for how you spend your time in the future and the different habits and routines you pull into your life to support what you're trying to do and what you need to maybe cut out and get rid of. So it's a really interesting process. And you don't have to have a quiet morning to do this. But if you are able to, I would encourage you to find some quiet time if at all possible. Maybe grab yourself a nice, like, hot beverage. Maybe you want a hot cup of coffee or a nice hot cup of tea, or maybe you want some ice cream and you want to sit down by your Christmas tree and do this before the year is out. Whatever you want to do, I hope that you do take time to do it. You can definitely go through these questions and just think them through, maybe even talk to somebody about each of them and work out how you feel about each of these areas. But there is something very therapeutic about actually writing down your answers and knowing that nobody else has to see them. So I would encourage you to grab a notebook or a journal and just write out your answers to all of these, because you might find that you learn some things about yourself that you didn't really fully understand until you saw it written on paper. It's pretty cool. So, we're going to go through those 12 reflection questions to journal about before the year is out. And obviously, you can do this after the year begins, but a lot of times life gets busy and we just don't take the time to do it. So if you do it before the year ends, then you know that everything is still pretty fresh and you remember what has happened this year before next year begins, and it doesn't kind of start fading together and then you're like, "Wait, did that happen this year or last year or I can't remember." So it's just easy to do it before the year ends if at all possible. So, here we go. 12 questions. Number 1, and actually pause for 1 second. I would encourage you to pause the episode after each question, or write them all down and then go through and actually journal about them. But if you want to, take this episode, start it right now, and then have me read the question. You pause the episode, write down your question, and write your answer, and then play and move on to the next one, and do that through each of the 12 questions so you can really think about it, and then play for the next step, the next question, and continue. So, however you want to do it, but that's just what I would suggest. Okay, now we're going to go. So, number 1, what moments from this year stand out most vividly and why? Number 2, what did this year teach me about myself? Number 3, what am I most proud of accomplishing this year? Number 4, what habits or routines truly supported me? Number 5, what drained my energy more than I realized? Number 6, how did my priorities shift over the year? Good ways or bad ways? Number 7, in what ways did I grow in my faith? Number 8, where did I step outside of my comfort zone and how did it feel? Number 9, what boundaries became clearer this year? Number 10, what do I wish I had more of this past year? Number 11, what do I wish I had had less of? And number 12, what routines or systems would support the life I'm trying to create in the coming year? So those are the questions that I have for you, and I can do a quick recap. I know a lot of people like that I recap them at the end. So I will run through them very quickly for you again, just in case you didn't catch them all and you don't want to rewind, or not rewind, but back up a little bit if we don't rewind things anymore. Um, but I do just want to say, I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas. I hope that you're able to really focus on the relationships this year, whether they are friends or family, and if you're in person or not. I just hope that you have a truly merry and blessed Christmas this year. And before I let you go, I will run through all of those 12 questions one more time, and then I will catch you back here in a few days. So, number 1, what moments from this year stand out most vividly and why? Number 2, what did this year teach me about myself? Number 3, what am I most proud of accomplishing this year? Number 4, what habits or routines truly supported me? Number 5, what drained my energy more than I realized? Number 6, how did my priorities shift over the year in good ways or bad ways? In number 7, in what ways did I grow in my faith? Number 8, where did I step outside my comfort zone and how did it feel? Number 9, what boundaries became clearer this year? Number 10, what do I wish I had more of this past year? Number 11, what do I wish I had less of? And number 12, what routines or systems would support the life I'm trying to create in the coming year?
Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.